Here's how to create a wedding registry on Amazon. So Amazon's a really great platform for this. They actually provide a lot of different benefits and they make it really easy to create registries. So there's a shortcut link in the description or pinned comment down below that will take you to this page, which is the wedding registry landing page. You can create your registry with this button right here. We'll walk through some of the benefits and then actually just go ahead and create a registry just so you can see the whole process. So there is a benefits page or tab up here, and when you click on that, it actually just takes you to the same page, but if you scroll down a little bit, we have some items here like 20% completion discount, which is an awesome discount on registry items that are shipped and sold by Amazon, which a ton of stuff is, and you actually get a discount for purchasing your own items that are on your registry. So we're going to click see registry benefits. There we go. This takes you to the better page here. So you get 5% back on big items, 180-day returns, it's fast free shipping, and then of course the 20% discount on select items. You may have to have Prime, Amazon Prime for that. There's actually a couple links in the description where you can get Prime free for 6 months if you have a student email, or if you are between 18 and 24 years old. You can also just get 30 days for free just by clicking that link down there too. However, let's go ahead and create the wedding registry. So we go back to that landing page and we can create our registry. So we're going to sign up. You may have to enter in your password again or re-log in. Once you click through that, you're going to land on this page here, which is the create registry page. You can see you can actually create a ton of different registries. So we're selecting wedding in this case, and then you're going to enter in your name and also your partner's name. And so we'll just enter in some fake information here as we create this registry. On the next page, you're going to select your date. So the wedding date, maybe it's in early October, why not October 1st? And your guest count is kind of optional. You don't have to have that, but address over here, select from your addresses where you want your gifts to be shipped. And then you can select from these two different options here. So there's going to be different options allowing guests to ship non-registry items to your address, or allowing items to be shipped to your address from all sellers. You can click through the details if you really want to know some of these, or to disallow, and uncheck those. Then we hit continue, and you can select shared on privacy here, or public. So public means that your registry is viewable by anyone, and you can actually go to Amazon.com and search for registries, and someone could search for your name and be able to find your registry. So that's a good thing, but it's also viewable to anyone that searches. So if you don't want that, then you would maybe just click the shared version, and basically it's private until you share a link to your registry. So you could share a link with a bunch of people that can, anyone with that link can access your registry, but it's not public. Now, if you do want it to be searchable on the not.com or anything like that, you can select public and then select that option. And then you can sign up for registry emails if you want, gift ideas, updates about your wedding registry, etc. And then we create the registry. So when you're creating the registry, now I actually have a registry created, even though it basically took me back to what looks like the same page. It now says view registry. But up here, we have some different items in our navigation. We have your registry. If we click on that, it's going to kind of not look great because we don't have any items in our registry yet. But basically, there's a gift card fund, for instance. You can edit this item. And then you can scroll down, and on any of these pages, you're going to find like featured products or select wedding registry items that you could quickly add if you want to just kind of browse around. But we'll get into adding items here in a second. There's this thank you and returns navigation, and once people are buying things, this is your thank you list where you can go through different return items or also thank yous for those items. And then we have the benefits section, which is what we kind of looked at before. And then also there's a few items with registries like gift card funds. So you can have that as a feature. We'll go in and edit those features if we want to not have them. I'll show you where that is. But people can, instead of getting a gift, they can basically elect that you get a gift card to Amazon and kind of pool funds into that up to a certain amount that you select. Group gifting is maybe you want something like a large item, a large ticket item. It's not something that one person would buy, but if you put that on your registry, you can actually call it a group item. And so multiple people could add $20, $50, whatever, until they've actually like purchased you that item, which is nice. And then you can personalize your registry, keep track of everything, etc. So on the settings here, the next section, you can see that you can select a lot of different settings as far as like who you are, who your partner is, bride, groom, etc. You can look through your contact email if you need to change it, or your partner's email. And then of course some of these settings we selected a second ago. We can add a little bit more to it. Oh, I selected November 1st. I thought I selected October 1st, but November 1st is the wedding. That'll be kind of cold here. But you can leave a note for your guests. You can also enable group gifting. And so basically for any item that's priced over, let's say $300, or maybe I think nobody's going to buy us anything like single purchase over 100. So maybe if it's over $100, people can, apply that group gifting funds toward it. And then you can also adjust the not publicity, but the privacy settings, whether it's public, shareable, or even private, so that only you or your partner can actually view this. And then we can save changes. So that's that group gifting right there. I guess it doesn't want us to save changes unless we actually add in a city, so we could add that in. I'm not going to do that in this case, but you may have to add that in. And then there's a more section and how to and all that kind of stuff. Now back on the gift card thing, since we adjusted the group gifting, right? I showed you where to adjust that. Back on add items. No, we didn't go to add items. Back on your registry. And if we scroll down, there's this gift card fund. We can edit this item, and we can actually hide this fund goal from guests. So we can hide the dollar amount, right? And then you can also prioritize it. And then you can also adjust this goal between $5 and $2,000. And you can also adjust the title and the image. So it doesn't have to be a gift card fund. You could call this the honeymoon fund, and people can donate toward or gift toward your honeymoon. And you maybe have a goal of $1,000, or maybe you don't show that goal, but it doesn't have to be a gift card, right? Now at the bottom here, you can remove this from your registry. Maybe you don't want this as an element on your registry. You just want like gifts and items. You don't have to have this. You can remove it right there or save the changes. And so you can also add comments here for your guests to be able to see. So if you want to say it's a honeymoon fund and you have some comments like we appreciate yada yada, like you can put that in here so they can see that and they can gift toward your honeymoon. Now the other thing you can do down here is you can actually add more of these. So maybe you have an Amazon gift card fund, and then you have this honeymoon fund, then look, home renovation fund, or celebration, or family, or anytime. Like you can add these little funds that people can gift towards, so they know that those dollars are going toward their home renovation, or maybe purchasing a home together or something like that after the wedding. So now, of course, adding items to the registry. We're going to go to add items, and then it's going to show you some things like in this add items section, add items section, you can see like popular items. There's this gift advisor, so you can add items between certain dollar amounts and show you that, hey, maybe you need some printer ink, right, on your wedding registry. Maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not judging. But there's a bunch of items here that you can kind of go through different categories and price ranges. You can look through home items. And so there's all kinds of like bakeware, bedroom, bathroom, etc. And then inspiration is probably a page full of like gift inspiration for your fund, whether it's adding some of these like arts and craft fund or gardening fund, etc. Or maybe some of these other like patio and garden category or unique finds, anything like that. So kind of gives you a bunch of different things and different ideas for inspiration. Now, if you know exactly what you want, like maybe you want, I'm just going to type in an air purifier for your new home, right? Maybe you want an air purifier, and specifically you wanted this air purifier right here. So when you're on any item on Amazon, on the right hand side, you're going to see this little section. Let's see if we can find it. Yep. Underneath all the like the buy now box and everything, is add to list. You can add to baby registry, you can add to registries and gifting. If we click that, we see here we have our wedding registry that we just created. And so we can add this specific item to our wedding registry, and then we can go view the wedding registry from there. So it added it, and then we can go view the registry. And so any item on Amazon, you can go search for your own things. It's just that in the add items section on the wedding registry page, they're going to give you some inspiration and ideas, but you can go add anything just like that to your registry. And then as we scroll down here, this is, by the way, this is the Your Registry page. We scroll down, we start to see our items here, and you can actually edit the item. So just like at that gift card fund, you can edit, hey, I need one of these, or maybe we needed actually 10 of these. Maybe it's something that's not an air purifier. And then you could do the same things like add comments or prioritize as a most wanted item. So people will buy this first over other things. You can also turn on the group gift or adjust the group gift dollar amount. This one's under the 100 that we're going to set, which is actually set at 300 initially. So it wouldn't be eligible for the group gifting, but you can go make those adjustments if you need to, or let's see if we can even turn this on. Kind of. It says $93.49 to go. $93.49, not 0.49. But actually, it's under the 100. So I'm not sure if that would work or not. Or this price includes a 10% charge for potential taxes. So maybe this would potentially work since it's so close to 100. And then also prioritizing as most wanted is something you can do to make sure people buy these things first. Yeah, you can also add to your cart, I guess, from here. So if you are purchasing and you have the 20% discount, you can just go add things to your cart. Now, when you select like how many you need, once someone buys that, it takes it off the list, or it shows that it's already purchased. Multiple people cannot buy more than what you say you need. And so like literally the Amazon won't let them purchase it. So you don't have to worry about that if you are putting one thing on here or 6 things on here or whatnot. And it'll show how many are left. And other people will be able to see like, oh, there's 5 of 10 were purchased of this item. Maybe I'll buy that for them too, or something like that until they get to their 10. So all the items will be added in here, and I believe you can actually upload a cover photo over here, so you don't have to have this as your cover photo. You can actually click on this over here and upload a cover photo. You can filter and sort your items in here, and that's pretty much it, except for one thing, and that would be like, what is the link that I share, right? So what you can do here is I would go, let's see if we have it in more help, how to. Right here, I found it, the share button in the upper right hand corner. So we click on that. There it is. So this is what I was looking for. This is your wedding registry link. You can actually change your link. So it'll be amazon.com/wedding/share/ whatever you want to put in, as long as somebody else doesn't also have that same thing. So you might have to put a number on it, if it's the Smiths 11 or something like that. But you can adjust that link, and then you can copy it here. You can share it on social media, share it in email, etc. But that's how you can share your link and find your link. It's that little share icon in the upper right. And that's pretty much it. I hope we answered all your questions here. And that's how you can create a wedding registry on Amazon.